Beer here back at the Fantasy Bar, big Tuesday night in MLB, and I'm back with 6 of my favorite plays, including a value bat for you under 3K on DraftKings. What stud I'm spending up on tonight, a starting pitcher in the mid-range with some big-time upside, and a beast of the night, I think, is in a massive spot here tonight. Who is it? Belly up to the Fantasy Bar and find out. Welcome in, guys. Tuesday edition, Beers Daily Fantasy Six-Pack. Good to be back here once again in the Fantasy Bar. Big MLB slate tonight, 15 games on the docket, and we've broken it down to 6 of my favorite plays, 5 of my favorite bats, and my favorite pitcher on both FanDuel and DraftKings. Thank you, as always, for stopping by and checking out the video. Now, before we get into the plays, couple things. First thing, make sure you click that thumbs up button. That helps us out, as I always say. That is the tip jar here in the Fantasy Bar. So if you're new, welcome. Take a second, click that thumbs up. If you're an old timer, been hanging out for years here in the Fantasy Bar, do the same. And I thank you in advance for those thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Get notified when the videos are coming out. We're going to mix it up, do different days. So I want you to get those notifications. So hit that subscribe button. And lastly, for all my sports betting friends out there, go and check out scoresandodds.com/beer. The link right in the description of the video, guys. Tons of betting information for you. Why not arm yourself with some of the best information? You are going to find analytics, premium picks, the ability to compare odds across all different sports books. Tons of stuff in there, guys. Weekly, monthly, yearly subscriptions available. Great information for your sports betting needs. Scoresandodds.com/beer. All right, again, big slate of games. Weather looks like it could be an issue here, especially in Boston and Detroit. The East Coast looks like a lot of spots where we could get some rain. So we'll keep an eye on things. If we need to make any adjustments, as always, you'll get them in the comment section of the video as well as on Twitter. So we got you covered if there are any weather-related issues. But let's hope the slate goes off without a hitch. All right, let's start out with that value play. I promised you somebody under 3K on DraftKings. That's outfielder Kyle Garlick of the Twins. So just 2,700 here on DraftKings. If he's in that leadoff spot like we are projecting, he's easily the best value play on this slate. A guy that's really shown some power here over the last 10 games. 4 home runs for him, and a guy that's hit lefties very well. You know, limited sample here, obviously, but 327 ISO really jumps off the page, and a WOBA at 379. Also, very good against the changeup, which we know Montgomery will throw a lot. 458 WOBA against that pitcher. Montgomery, a guy that's definitely given up some power. 41% hard contact rate, 40% fly ball rate. So the Twins in a good spot here. We'll see if my boy Nelson Cruz returns to the lineup. But the point is, Kyle Garlick here, cheap on both sides in a potent lineup in a good matchup with the lefty in Montgomery. All right, we saved you some money there so we could spend some money here at shortstop all the way up to Fernando Tatis Jr. Again, I don't like giving you guys the most expensive guy, but there's a reason I wanted to put Tatis in here. First of all, been kind of quiet. We saw him go on that crazy power surge, hitting home runs left and right, multiple home runs, about 7 in that 1 week. Been kind of quiet here of late. So combine that with the price here you got to pay on Tatis. So I think the ownership going to be very reasonable here. In fact, I think he'll be lower owned in this matchup, and a very good righty on righty hitter. Let's look at some of the numbers here for Tatis, which obviously you can find in our Plate IQ tool here in our RotoGrinders premium suite of tools. But it shows us a 430 ISO against righties, 459 the WOBA, and a lot of hard contact at 52%. Remember, anything over 50%, pretty much a lead. Even in the 40s, we'll take that. So I love to see that much hard contact for Tatis. We know Davies, a ground ball pitcher, but has struggled with righties. 383 WOBA allowed and a big 51% hard contact rate, which matches up very well with what we just talked about with Tatis. So a good righty on righty matchup. Generally don't like to target these ground ball pitchers, but Davies been struggling. I think Tatis wakes up here in a good matchup and gets it going against Zach Davies. All right, let's move over to second base here. We're going to roll with Nick Madrigal of the White Sox. Now, I love Chicago in this spot here tonight. I think they are a very stackable team here tonight. And Madrigal, good value here, just 4,100 on DraftKings, under 3K on FanDuel. Really locked in at the dish right now. 3 straight multi-hit games for him. And over the last 10, 5 multi-hit games. A guy that's hit lefties well, 434 weighted OBA, but has really hit fastballs well. And this is what jumped off the page for me, 661 weighted OBA against fastballs, and he's going to see a ton of those from Robbie Ray. We know he loves to throw the fastball, 59%, in fact, on average. 2 right-handed hitters is that fastball. And Ray has traditionally been a guy I want to pick on with right-handed bats. 271 ISO allowed this season, and the fly ball rate, hard contact rate, where we want them both, right around 40%. Love the White Sox here tonight, and love Nick Madrigal here at some nice prices on both FanDuel and DraftKings. All right, I promised you a starting pitcher in the mid-range with some upside. We're going to go to Cincinnati and roll with Sonny Gray against my Brewers. So as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, yes, I'm a Brewers fan, but I realize this lineup not very good, and Sonny Gray in a very good spot here tonight. But let's look at Gray. Over his last 7 starts, 8 or more strikeouts in 4 of those starts. So really showing some nice strikeout upside. In fact, 29% K rate on the season. One of those games was against my Brewers. 8 strikeouts in that game just a few weeks ago. But what I really like here, been good at striking out lefties. So we talked about the 29% strikeout rate overall. That number jumps up to 31% against lefties. And why is that important? When you look at this Milwaukee lineup, most of the potent power bats come from the left side of the plate. Obviously, Christian Yelich, but guys like Vogelbach, Shaw, Jackie Bradley Jr., a lot of punch from the left-handed side. So a guy that can neutralize that, keep them down, in fact, rack up some strikeouts there, puts him in a very good spot here against this left-handed heavy Milwaukee lineup. Now, we can also look at the strikeouts overall. Bottom 5 are the Brewers against righties at 26%. In fact, dead last in all of baseball in WOBA against right-handed pitching, and 29th overall in WRC plus against righties. So again, very punchless lineup, a lot of strikeouts available here. Sonny Gray on a roll in that department, already has an 8 strikeout game against Milwaukee. I think he does it again. In fact, I think we see double-digit strikeouts here from Gray, which gets you close, if not surpasses what some of the guys on the higher end are going to do at a much cheaper price point. Love the spot here tonight for Sonny Gray against the Milwaukee Brewers. All right, back to the bats here. A rare lefty on lefty matchup we can take advantage of here with Joey Gallo of the Rangers. So we get a little bit of a double feature here. First of all, nobody ever wants to roster Texas bats. Not the most exciting thing out there. And lefty on lefty has been told, don't do that. That's a no-no. Well, in a lot of cases, yes, there's not a lot of lefties that hit left-handed pitching well. Joey Gallo is one of those guys that has always hit lefties well. So let's look at some of the numbers here. This season, you see that WOBA approaching 400, some power as well with an ISO at 256, and hits the sinker very well. That's Wood's primary pitch. 2 left-handed hitters. We're talking a 508 WOBA and a 415 ISO against that pitch, and you'll see that on average 45% of the time from Alex Wood. Now, Wood been solid this season, but has struggled a little bit with lefties here. Another reason I like this matchup, 368 WOBA allowed this season and a big 54% hard contact rate. We saw him get blown up in that last start, giving up 7 earned runs. In fact, the last few starts, not been great for Alex Wood. I think this is a sneaky spot for a one-off. I don't know about a Texas stack, but Joey Gallo always gives you that GPP winning upside with that power, his ability to hit lefties, and very low ownership here. Combine it all together with those nice prices as well. Joey Gallo in a great spot here tonight against Alex Wood. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play for Tuesday night. But before we do that, guys, we want to continue our Beast of the Night contest. This is a thank you to you guys for hanging out in the fantasy bar and checking out the video. Make sure you've hit that thumbs up button and get in the comment section right below the video and guess fantasy points from my highest scoring hitter of the 5 on DraftKings. The closest guess is going to win themselves either a free 3-day pass to RotoGrinders Premium or a free RotoGrinders t-shirt. Let's wrap this baby up. My favorite play for Tuesday night. You know him as the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. We're going to go back to the infield here. We're going to first base, and we are rolling with RHYS Hoskins of the Phillies, tonight's Beast of the Night. So Hoskins, another back, been kind of quiet lately. Haven't heard a lot from him. I'm really expecting him to get it going here tonight in this matchup with Drew Smyly. But first, let's look at the numbers here for Hoskins. As you'd expect, hitting lefties very well. You see that WOBA and hard contact rate on the screen, 288 ISO as well. Very good fastball hitter as well. Going to get a lot of those from Drew Smyly. Over 50% of his pitches to righties are fastballs, 430 weighted OBA against that pitch. And Smiley, like Robbie Ray, a guy I always want some exposure to. 241 ISO given up. And you see that fly ball, hard contact mix we always talk about for power hitters. They can hit the ball hard, get the ball up in the air. That's going to lead to home runs here. 43% fly ball rate, 46% hard contact rate. I think Hoskins takes advantage of that and takes Drew Smiley yard here tonight. Not once, but twice. We'll go big here tonight. Point is, RHYS Hoskins in a great spot here against Drew Smiley, making him easily my favorite play on the board and tonight's beast of the night. All right, guys, that wraps up here for 6 of my favorite plays for Tuesday night in MLB, 5 of my favorite hitters and my favorite pitcher. Guys, thank you as always for stopping by and checking out the video. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, hit me up in that comment section right below the video. Also, while you're there, give me your guess. Highest scoring hitter of my 5 bats on DraftKings and fantasy points for your shot at some RotoGrinders Premium. Give me your beast of the night in the comment section. Let's talk some baseball. That is there for you. Lastly, don't forget, guys, scoresandodds.com/beer. Click that link. Go check it out. Get signed up for a premium package today for RotoGrinders.com. I am Beer saying salut. Best of luck, guys. We'll be back later in the week with another baseball video. Go get them tonight. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist